So as I'm going through and doing these hills, getting some bigger sized ones in, and then because you can scroll wheel, make the thing bigger or smaller. So making it bigger to get some bigger hills, and then fine tuning it with some smaller, zoomed out smaller ones, makes it look a little more believable as a hill range, in my opinion. So that's what I'm doing here. Oh right, I said I was going to do just the coast. You can see some inland mountains and stuff. Oh. And same with mountains. Just making some tiny, smaller peaks around there. And cool, 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 cool. The big old crag. Yeah, that is the brush changing every time. Mentioned earlier that I do like that feature in any of the map making, Incarnate or this. Super cool to have the brush kind of change, because you can kind of just do this and you get like a weird mountain range, and it's not all the same mountain over and over again, so you can kind of more easily do something that looks decent without having to strain. You can also click that. I want more of those mountains. So if the brush you like, the current brush you don't like, you can just click it, Control Z gets rid of the one, and then you can place ones you do like. Like this one. I don't need that one right now. Zoom out and make some. It's usually pretty good about layering things just automatically. So I can put this mountain here, and it'll put it in the background of the peak of the bigger mountain, which is where I want it. So I don't have to fiddle too much with trying to make sure it's there. Cool. Hills, mountains over here. Mountains over here. Hills abound. So big hills. We're gonna put some around. I wonder if this would be useful for something more sci-fi. Like if I'm having an itch for running Stars Without Number. I've not played Stars Without Number, but it would be cool to kind of on a similar train of thought. I've been thinking about running a Genesis game that was more like cyberpunky, post-apocalyptic, like cyberpunk with Fallout, and that kind of map creation tools definitely are definitely different than a fantasy map. So I get where you're coming from. That said, it would be great at home on a low-tech level world. Yeah. Or just like, here's the world, and then maybe have to import some of your own assets anyway. Like more space assets and the like. the raise up tool. I want these coastlines a little more out here where we got them. I can add the mountains properly. Cool. Yeah, that's a good way to zoom in and just make sure everything's filled out. I'll do that as I go around, I think. Whew. That's not great. I don't know what my dollar is. I am not American. Let's take a look. Let's little economy break. Yeah, not great. Not 50%, but not great, so. Back to that. So yeah, no, I get it. I mean, here in the pandemic, we're all just trying to get by. If I could, I wouldn't have picked it up if I didn't think it would make super cool content. And honestly give me something to do that I can, you know, make a stream out of. Entertain not only myself, but anybody willing to watch. And also, yeah, it's basically everything I wanted in a map making tool. But yeah, definitely don't buy things you don't need. Can't condone that. Or things you can't afford. I buy plenty of stuff I don't need. But gotta take care of yourself, you know, not just from the pandemic, but you know, just in life. Yeah, professional high quality map things. Let's see, back to symbols, back to doing this whole mountain range thing. Yeah. I hope everybody's well otherwise. Staying safe, staying inside. Unless you're essential. Shout out to people who keep the grocery stocked. And the nurses and doctors, you know. All I can do is make stupid maps on the internet. They're doing the real work, so. Yeah. I am in a similar place, but my country is has a nice benefit thing, so I'll get by. I'm in quarantine myself because I if I get it, it ain't good. So so I'm stuck inside doing this for a bit. Sorry to hear about your job, of course. Hope you're staying sane and well. Yeah, I've definitely had to make trips to the grocery store, and that's I'm just prone to paranoia myself. I know I shouldn't be as paranoid as I am. Stress levels way up here, you know. So anytime I have to go get groceries, it's stressful. But my roommate has been really good about helping me out there, so I'm very lucky in that regard. Wonder what the world will be like after, you know? What will normal be in the future? Yes, the putrid peaks. Nice, good. You can do both. I definitely don't do paperwork without anything on. I would go insane. Alright, so let's see. Is that all the mountainy things over here? I'm gonna make some more land over there, I think. All brushes and excuse me, stuff. Oh yeah, mountains in here. The last bit of the last video, we did some development in this area with the different cities that popped up. It was very cool. I kind of just want to use it as a as a thing in the future. Symbols, mountain symbols. It's just... Oh, right, it's flatland. I guess grassy? Yeah, I need some better... Let's see. So, here we go. We're just gonna set all and see what happens. Symbols. So these are everything I have on here after paying the $30 to get the thing has been free. So all of these extra assets have been free add-ons, which is really good. So I just had to struggle a little bit to figure out stuff. And I'm excited to, in the future, actually do maps of just like maybe a town, and figure out some stuff about the town as like a DM prep type thing. Because Spice King knows that probably that Adam Koval has some GM prep stuff, and there's some cool stuff that Matt Koval has for GM prep, and those have just been super helpful to me to see how other people are doing prep. So I've been thinking about doing something myself, maybe, because I think more content out there and seeing how other GMs do things differently and tips to pick up is good, and spreading the good word of GMing ain't hard. The big misconception. Cool. Oh, nice. Desert things. Yeah, I want that, but not that color. Can I change the color? Oh, I can change the color? Oh man, this is maybe gonna be super useful. No. Custom color 2. No. Just a giant clef. Audios get weird. Okay, good. Oh yeah, the backside. Cliff backsides. Here we go. This is the stuff I want. Yes. Okay, let's go make some cliffs. These don't have multiple edges. Let me see. Scaled at like 12? Ooh, not that big. 5. Scale. No, 13. No, 14. Oh, I didn't. It's probably 12. Oops. Cool. And then like a dip in. Oh. The heck? I think I do just want to like a small one. Yeah. How do I? I just want it smaller, you know? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to save that for later. Sorry, I'm not so chatty when trying to. Oh, that's bad. Okay, maybe I do just do a cliffside. Yeah. Not that one though. This one. Yeah, that's what we'll go with for now. I just want a little small one for that way. Perfect. All right, that was a little more intense than I think I needed. But yeah, that's the cliff style feature. You can style your cliffs. Oh no. Nope. Ooh, get a little cave entrance. Oh. I just went to a completely different thing. Oh, it's M for mountain? Alright. Oh god, so many. Alright, we can scroll through like this. I got caught up in the cliffs, so let's just finish these cliffs off. I'll move on. I just need to fill this hole here. Whoop. So now, overlay. We're going to turn the overlay down. So you can see that cliff that we had created in there is now on the map. And that's cool. There. All right, but I gotta remember that we kind of just want the outside. So I think I'll go with tree blocks in a second. But tree blocks after I keep looking at these. I think I wanna explore all my options because I downloaded a bunch of the art assets to use, and I haven't really scrolled through to see what I can do yet. Oh, those are cool. Okay. In future, if you're around, remind me that I have these that I want to use instead of the shaded ones, I think. Or do I want the shaded ones? I think I don't want the shaded ones. Worst case, we should switch them out eventually. So, alright, cool. It's very hard to see any of these, but I wonder if there's... if I can get like a white background to this. I think that'd be super helpful. Oh, yeah, green hills. Oh, dude. I'm excited about this. This one is the coolest one we've found so far. This is going to be great for this. Oh, it's even like a dark pit. How well do they overlap? It's not great. Okay. We'll have to do some work with that. That's for later. Oh, is it a dark black blue void pit? Is it red and craggy? Is it gonna be green? I might have to make a dice roll for that and keep up with the theme. Colored mountains. Those are fine. Colored stuff's hard to use because you can get a lot of real good looks out of just using the land paintbrush and tinting your not colored ones. So I think that's really cool. Oh yeah, I downloaded some of these for city markers. So I can actually go through. I'm gonna go down here and use it. That's a city there. There's another. There's a place in the mountains. Maybe make it smaller. There was a temple in the mountains, and then there was the research facility. I'm gonna see how those look without the overlay. Probably to remove those mountains. That's gonna take some fiddling with, so I'm gonna leave that out for now. Cool thing to know we can do though. What's this? Oh yeah, a similar thing to Adrian's this stuff. Tree block. I got some walls. Those will be good for later use. All these different towns. All this was free add-on stuff. And by add-on, I mean community-driven assets that you can download and use. Not necessarily quite through Wonderdraft, but So far what I've seen, the community has made a whole bunch of stuff, and that's gonna make our maps look pretty. But right now, we're going to the trees. Tree block. We're gonna turn up the overlay again. Overlay. So you'll notice sometimes I get carried away and kind of just run with whatever I'm doing, which is fine. I encourage you to do the same. And to fix that for my purposes, I kind of want to... Oh, double O. Okay. I wanted to do this. Control and zoom out. So for the purposes of this map feature, I wanted to first make a coastal map for the island game that I was mentioning, because I want people and or players to pick where they want to land and then explore in from there. So I want to give them a pre-scouted map area. So like, hey, we've taken ships, we've piloted ships all around the island, and now we have an idea of the coastline and whatnot, maybe some of the inland stuff. Anything I end up getting carried away with and drawing in anyway, I'm not going to erase it. You can just say, oh, some scouts, we landed, got some scouts going into the area and looked around. So anything more inland, like the mountains, you know, those kind of make sense to get up high and see. Maybe. But then why not why not some of the forests, you might ask? And to that I say, meh. Alright, so let's get working on the symbols, I think. By symbols I mean the trees. So I'm going to do the tree clumps first, and then we'll come back and do the smaller trees. There we go. Tree legs. I'm a big fan of tree legs. It's gonna bug me. This is a tiny detail. Such a tiny detail, but it's gonna itch at me knowing it's not connected. Alright, we can get some of these. Can I alt and make it? Yeah. Cool. Ooh, too far. Oh, and I hit M. M is for mountain. if you're wondering how I'm tilting it, it's just the greater than, less than symbol. If you're wondering for, maybe you are planning on picking this up or are playing along. And I want to tilt it. Cool. We did it. Now I'm going to fill this area in. I think we'll go and color everything later, be in a more color mode mindset. This is also mindset from now on. All right, we're just looking for coastal bush now. Let's see. They don't have to line up perfectly with what you're using as an overlay. Alt, we'll do it there. Yes. Brilliant. Such a useful tool. Well, cool. And now the back side. Alt. I'm getting lazy. I should change. Didn't like that last one. Bumped out my other island. Cool. Alright, it's getting late for me, and I should start heading to bed. See you around. Cool, see you around, Spice King. Thanks for dropping by. It's been fun. Stay sane, stay safe. I think I'm just going to connect these two forests. It'll be easier for me. I definitely feel way more Bob Rossian doing a map like this, because it's just like you can't. There's no mistakes, only happy accidents. Just roll with whatever you do. Yeah, no worries. There'll be more in the future, I'm sure. So, hopefully see you around. No, I need like a back in. Probably like one of these. And then out. Speaking of modern cartographers, but mostly not modern cartographers, I'm a big fan of looking at world maps, but wrong world maps. With the invention of space and stuff, it's much easier to get the invention of space. With the we can get a good look of the world now. I don't know if we had a really good Earth map before then. I am not a map historian, so I couldn't tell you, but I remember when space was invented. Hey man, space didn't exist for a while. People just didn't believe that anything revolved around the sun. Now we have science. Science was also invented. Now, what I was saying is there is some really weird. What is this? Oh, this is just a do-it-yourself clump. Yeah, that's not quite what I need. I might try that out over here, though. But yeah, some of the old maps of like, here's the world, we've mapped the world, and it's wonky, man. There's some weird maps out there, and it's all super cool, but it's just like, oh, we were just bad at making maps before. Thank God for science. And, you know, whichever god, Odin, Bast. We're polytheist here.